What's up, fellas? So this was me at my favorite movie theater in IPIC in New York. Me and my little chick, I flew down from Atlanta. Um, Watched the Photograph. This was Valentine's Day. This was no. This was Saturday. No, this wasn't Valentine's Day. It was Saturday. I would, on a scale of 1 to 10, I get a movie a 6.5, 7. It's decent, definitely worth going to see. I ain't gonna sit up and lie to you guys and act like it was the greatest movie of all time or nothing like that. But it's definitely worth going, paying $13 or $14 to go see it, to support Issa Rae and stuff like that. But definitely go check it out, guys, if you get a chance. Definitely worth the money. What's up, fellas? So today we're here to talk about the pros and cons of dating a dime piece. All right, and I'm gonna start with the cons first because by me, if I don't like starting with the pros first because I like to leave on a happy note. All right, I don't want you guys by the end of this thinking like, man, I don't even want to fuck with a dime. Shit. Well, so I want to leave the positives last. That's why it's always good to get the bad news first, guys, then get the good news last. All right. All right, so let's start this thing off. Number one, increased insecurities. So what ends up happening, guys, when you dating a dime, if you are on the level, say your superficial SMV matches hers, then you probably won't have these insecurities. But let's hypothetically say you're a guy that you make minimum wage or you don't have a very good job and you looked up and you got a dime or you just approached a dime and maybe you just, like I tell you guys about the law of attraction, sometimes the opportunity is just right. Sometimes it's not, it's a matter of timing. Had you met that woman a week earlier or a week later, she probably would have told you no, but you just met her at the right time when she in the perfect headspace. Well, she's probably open to talking to a guy she normally wouldn't give a chance to. Okay, maybe she's normally into guys that are 6'4", 6'5", 250 pounds, and big and strong, right? Solid muscle, 8% body fat. And here you is, 5'9", 175 pounds, 14% body fat. Now, normally she wouldn't give a dude like that the time of day, even if your charisma's on point and everything, but just physically she's like, that dude's just not my type. But for whatever reason, she's in an open mind. Maybe she just got out of a bad relationship with a dude and he didn't treat her right and she's giving you a chance. If you're that dude and you don't got her artificial or superficial SMV, as far as looks, aesthetics wise and stuff like that, or maybe financially, a dime, guys, a true dime, depending on where you at, obviously, right? But if let's just hypothetically say you in New York or something like that, or California, or a high-paying state, right? Maybe even Atlanta. A true dime can command at least a six-figure salary, at least that, and that's just being honest. Now, if you from Alabama or Mississippi or something like that, maybe 50 or 60 grand, right? If you from a low-paying state like that, right? So if you're a guy that's making 20 grand a year and you got you a real dime, I ain't talking about no girl like you, she ain't really no dime, but she's a dime to you because she like the highest I ever, that ain't no fucking dime. Just because she the baddest bitch you ever fuck with, don't make it no dime. I'm talking about that bitch look like fucking, y'all know what a fucking true, I don't want to start throwing names out there because, everybody looks is subjective and she's fat, man. You motherfuckers, man. I just don't know. If she over 130 pounds, she ain't a dime. You motherfuckers don't like thick women, you little dick fuckers. But anyway, I'm talking about she's a true thoroughbred dime. All your homeboys tell her she a dime and stuff like that, and you just for whatever reason caught at the right fucking time, you're gonna have increased insecurities unless you're on her level as far as your superficial SMV. And when I say your superficial SMV, guys, your true SMV is whatever the highest you can attract, right? So if you dating a dime, theoretically at that point, you're a dime. That's how all the other women gonna look at you. And what I mean by that, guys, is so basically she's giving you pre-selection. In other words, she's co-signing you. In other words, she's letting the other women know it's something about this motherfucker. So what she's just told the other women, yeah, I know he got man boobs, and I know he got a little belly, and I know he worked minimum wage, but it's something great about him that you don't know. And when other women see that, guys, what they curious to know is what that is. Do he got a big dick? Is he good in bed? Is his tongue good? Is his talk game that good? Is he that charismatic? So what other women want to know then is, what is it? Okay, it's something. All right, because they know she can attract anything. Okay, guys. So that's what I mean by your artificial and your real SMV. Your real SMV is who you're dating. Your superficial SMV is, what kind of car you drive, how your body look, how you dress, stuff like that. That's your superficial. But the reason I say that superficial SMV, guys, is you can have all that shit and still can't attract nothing above an 8. But you look like you can. So let's say a guy who drive a Lambo, got a 6-pack, 6'2", and work for Microsoft making $200,000 a year, and he still can't attract nothing above an 8. That's because even though he got all that, he still don't got the charisma, or he don't got enough guts to approach women. Because let's just be real, he getting choosing signals. Let's just be real. If you got all that, you getting choosing signals. You just ain't got no fucking guts to go up and approach women. You getting choosing signals. Ain't no way in the hell you 6'2", unless you look like fucking E.T. or something. But if you look anything, and what I found out about looks, guys, is most guys, if you get lean enough. Now I know some guys might not be aesthetically pleasing in the face, and I get all that. But by and large, guys, most guys, if you get your body fat percentage and maximize what you do got, say like a 10 or 12% body fat, at least a 12% body fat, maximize what you do have as far as your face genetics and shit. Most guys are not that bad looking if they have their body on point. I'm gonna tell you that shit right now. So that's what I mean when I say superficial and artificial SMV. You can have all that shit and you think you're a 10, but yeah, you still can't go out here and approach no bitches. All right, or pull no bad bitches. That's why I say that, guys. Okay, the next thing, guys, disrespect from other guys. Now, the reason you gonna get disrespect from other guys, is we as men, we're expected to provide financially and protect. So what these other guys are doing, right, they're trying to show the woman he's not a protector. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to make her feel unsafe. And by them making her feel unsafe, in their little beta male heads, they're thinking that she is going to become more attracted to them because they're showing dominance over you. So if they disrespect you or punk you or emasculate you, that makes her lose attraction to you. And even if they don't want her, hey, this is the mindset of a hater. If I can't have it, you can't either. That's the mindset of a hater. So if I can't have it, I don't want you to have it either. So if I can emasculate you by making her not feel safe, now she loses attraction to you because now she don't feel safe with you. So you can expect that from a lot of guys. Because it could be hating. Sometimes they can want the girl, but sometimes it could just be jealousy and hating, and they just want her to feel like, see, you're not safe with this dude. You not safe with him. You see how I disrespect, you in front of him and he don't do nothing. He don't stand up for you. So now she doesn't feel safe. So that's a part of the component, guys, what you can expect when you go out with guys, especially when you're dealing with beta male haters. Disrespect. They want to make your woman feel unsafe. That way she loses attraction to you. Okay? Be prepared to stand up for yourself. Well, you have a gun. I ain't even get into that today. I just really can't get into the little beta male bullshit today. Everybody got a gun. Everybody's scared. I don't even want to get into that today. I tell you what you do. Just tuck tail and run and leave your girl. Some guys just start disrespecting you. Just tuck your tail and just haul ass and run. That's what you do. Don't even worry about standing up for yourself. Just be a little bitch. Go home, tuck your tail and haul ass. That's what you do. All right. I'm not even finna get into that debate today because I already know I'm here. Anytime you tell guys about, and I know this comes from a lot of you guys wasn't raised around men. I'm so glad my uncle started raising me. Maybe I would have been that way too. I don't fucking know. But I know one goddamn thing. My uncle wasn't running from no fucking body. And I took after him. He wasn't running from nobody. You weren't going to disrespect him, punk him, none of that shit. And I know a lot of you guys were raised by women and so you're like your Martin Luther King Jr., you turn the other cheek and all this other shit, and somebody slap you on the other cheek and you turn it the other way. I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say. But for my guys that know what the fuck I'm talking about, always stand up for yourself. Most of these guys are pussies anyway, man. Most of these guys, if you just stand around, they don't really want no problem, because let me tell y'all guys something. Guys who are really tough about, they don't hate on other guys and do little whole shit like that. The fact that they even doing some shit like that lets you know deep down what type of person he is. No, not even talking about a good whether they're a good person or bad person. Y'all guys just gotta understand a bully's mindset. The bully mindset is more than likely to make them feel better about themselves. They gotta bully somebody else. That's the mindset of a coward. Do y'all guys grasp that? That's the mindset. That's how cowards think. You know, I'm a coward, but to make me feel more masculine, if I can bully this person, that'll make me feel more courageous. So that just lets you know they really a coward. All right. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes you might get your head blowed off standing up for yourself. I don't want you thinking everybody who's a bully is a fucking just a coward. No, someone will beat your motherfucking ass. Point blank, period. But me as a man, that's just what's going to have to happen. You is not finna disrespect me. I don't even give a fuck if a woman is not there. I'm talking about just me, general. I couldn't even sleep at night. All right, guys, next. They tend to lose interest faster. Now, the reason why they tend to lose interest faster, and this is something I learned later in life, is more due to the validation that you give. It's not that it's just, and when I say validation, guys, I'm not even talking about compliments. When you around a girl that you find highly attractive, just the way you look at her is validation. The amount of times you want to have sex is validation. Y'all guys got to understand all this. So what I've learned about women over my 40 years of living, guys, is they tend to like men who really don't like them that much. That's point blank, period, guys. That's what I've seen from women. They really are more intrigued about the challenge more than having somebody that's really into them. That's what I've seen. And when that challenge is gone of getting the validation opposed to having the validation, they lose interest. That's what I've seen in my 40 years from all the women I fucking dated. All the women that has lost interest in me and stuff like that, it was women that I responded to too quickly, showed my interest, showed my hand too much, and they lost interest. And the women who I was very indifferent to and really didn't give a damn, this what purpose and all this shit comes in the play and shit, they interest lasted a whole lot longer. Okay, guys, that's just what I seen from women. Now, some women, you could do all that validation and stuff and they'll still stay in a relationship with you, but you'll know yourself they not as submissive as they was. And that's what you want. So you might have a woman say, well, I validate my woman. Is she being very submissive? Is she doing what you say? I mean, you got your woman, but how is she following your program? Then that's the point. That's what the thing with the validation coming in. It's not all about, oh, if you validate your woman, you're going to lose her tomorrow. No, it's about also having her being submissive also. And the only way you're going to do that is by not validating her. That's what I've seen in my life. So with these dimes, they tend to lose interest faster because it's hard not to get them that validation. Just when you got a girl, if any of you guys ever had a true and blue dime, a thoroughbred dime, any of you guys can attest, you didn't mind kissing her, sitting up there kissing her for 20 minutes straight. When you got a true thoroughbred dime, you don't mind making out in the bed doing foreplay for 30 minutes an hour and kissing and sucking on titties and all that other shit. It's only them 7s and 8s that shit seem to be a chore. Like, bitch, that's fuck. But when you got a real dime that's pretty and you really attracted to a banging body and shit, you don't mind sitting there being a little affectionate. You don't mind cuddling in the bed and all that other shit. And that's why they lose interest. You have to treat them the same way you treat those 7s and 8s, which is Hard to fucking do. I'm just gonna let you know that now. It's hard to fucking do when you got a dime with some big ass titties trying to lay on you and you trying to be indifferent. It's just hard to fucking do. But that being hard to do, that's why they lose interest the fastest. Next, guys, they can be high maintenance. Now, the reason why they can tend to be high maintenance, guys, is a dime will spend a lot of money on upkeep. All right, that beauty ain't cheap. A lot of these women, man, they do all this hair shit, they clothes, all type of shit. So they could tend. Also, another reason why they can be high maintenance, guys, is since the age of 8. Well, I don't want to go that young. Let's say since the age of 14, guys been throwing money their way. So like a 14-year-old, she probably had some 18, 19-year-old already throwing money her way. $50 here, $60 there. Because he's already trying to buy her and stuff like this. So she gets accustomed to money early. So they can tend to be high maintenance because guys have already spoiled them. And I'm gonna tell you like this here. If they high maintenance like that right there, they keep expecting it. So maybe if you met her right and you ain't got that money right then, she's still, any of y'all guys I've dated dimes when I didn't have money like that, and they still expect you to take them to nice spots even though you don't make the money. They don't lower their expectations. Okay, guys? So that's another downside to dating dimes. They can tend to be, I'm not saying all. I don't want the all police coming in here today. I didn't say all. I said some. And I'm gonna put it to y'all guys like this here. This is basically gonna boil down to the woman's self-esteem. If you dating a true thoroughbred dime and her self-esteem is high, she's gonna expect that. Sometimes y'all guys can date these dimes and their self-esteem doesn't dictate that they think that they're a dime. So you could date a dime, but you could tell the way she acts, she thinks she's a 7. So really what she commands financially is going to base a lot off of where's her self-esteem at. If she's got high self-esteem, she's going to demand it. Now, when I demand it, I don't mean cash in hand. I just mean as far as doing things, going places and stuff like this. And if you're a successful guy and you own your purpose and stuff like that, and you got a good job and you make 150 grand a year, you ain't going to care about little shit like that. If this your girl that you're dating or in a relationship with or in your rotation, you're really not going to care about a nice date here and there. It's just an issue when you don't have the finances like that, but for whatever reason she gave you a chance, then it becomes an issue. That's what I'm saying. So just expect what I'm saying is, to put it in layman's terms, guys, if you don't have your shit together and you attract a dime, it might not last that long. Let me just put it like that. Okay? Next, guys, don't bring nothing to the table but sex. And the reason this is because most dimes always feel like their sexual market value is higher than yours. And they know what they're doing for your sexual market value. So a lot of women, in exchange for their company, a lot of dimes, in exchange for their company, they don't feel like they have to bring nothing to the table but sex. They feel like that's good enough. If you guys want a good woman that's going to cook and do it, and with all this, guys, understand, I'm not saying all. I don't have dimes do stuff for me. That's why I say I'm not saying all. I'm just saying the overwhelming majority of dimes that I've talked to, this is what I've seen. All right, is that they don't think they have to bring that to the table. They won't offer the tip. They won't offer the cook. They won't do nothing. And if you suggest it, they'll tell you some place that they think you should take them. All right, guys. So they tend to won't bring nothing to the table. If you guys want good women who gonna bring something to the table, try a good 8.5. A good 8.5 has enough sexual market value where you do want to sleep with them, where you bring enough passion, but they'll bring something to the table. All a dime will bring to the table is sex. I think, in my opinion, unless you got a good dime that brings something to the table, dimes are good for fucking and stuff like that. But for you purple pill brothers, just from my observation and just from me dating them and stuff in the past, they not good for relationships. I'm just gonna be honest with you. They not good for relationships. They good for having a good time with. The same way a lot of these women look at, you know, thugs and, you know, guys like that, they good for fun time, all right? They you know, they good for the sleep around with, have a good time, but they not marriage material or relationship material. That's kind of how I think of dimes. They good to creep around with, have a good time with, go out and party with, have some drinks with. But as far as a relationship, a solid relationship, unless you somebody who want a trophy wife or something, you better off getting a good 8.5, maybe a 9. A pure 10 is they head just too far in the clouds and they don't think they got to bring shit to the fucking table, guys. Some men, I'm going to be honest with you, some men who think they're dimes act that same way. All right, if any of you guys talk to any women, and if you talk to women, any woman that done talk to a guy that was a pretty boy, a very good looking dude or something like that, a lot of the women would tell you the same fucking thing about those type of dudes. Next, guys, get over you quick. So if you dating women or you in a relationship with a dime or something like that, you're going to have little breakups, right? I almost advocate to have a breakup, to show a woman that this is the consequence. Because y'all gonna have disagreements, right? She gonna test. I almost advocate before getting into a relationship with a woman to break up and let her come back to you just so she know you got the strength to do that. I almost advocate that. If you think this dime finna sit around pining over your ass for 3 weeks, why you got another thing coming. So you know you might break up with your other girl or something like this, and 2 months later, 3 months later, y'all get back together. Man, that dime done already got a whole-fledged relationship, might be sick, 3 months pregnant, every goddamn thing. Y'all only been broke up a month. Motherfucker, 3 months pregnant, every goddamn thing. All right, guys, they get over it real quick because they get so much attention. They got so many options. And I know a lot of women got this now with dating apps, but dimes had this before dating apps. Dimes always had this. So if you break up with a dime, and she call your ass back and you trying to play hard, you better get back with it if you want them. Because I'm telling you right now, if you wait 2 or 3 months, it's gone. It's shit, a month. 2 or 3 months, my ass, a month. Shit, 2 weeks. If you break up with a dime, if y'all ain't back together in 2 weeks, that girl gonna have a whole nother fucking relationship. I guarantee you. You ain't got all fucking, you think you gonna play around with this motherfucker playing hardball? Talking about what they got? No contact my ass. Okay, do no contact with this motherfucker, which you should do no contact. What I'm saying is, the reason I'm bringing this up, because some of you guys, when you break up with these girls and the girl go to hitting you back up, you think these girls finna pursue your ass forever. Man, you done lost your motherfucking mind. These goddamn women ain't finna pursue your ass forever. I get these fucking emails from you motherfuckers who send this shit, tell my son, we broke up, she tried to get back with me 2 times, I didn't want to do it, but now 3 months later, I'm missing her. What should I do? Man, ain't no woman finna pine and cry over you. What you thought that woman was finna keep blowing up your goddamn phone? Who the hell you think you is, Casanova? That woman on to the next goddamn dick. So let that be a lesson to you guys. No matter if she's a 7, 8, 9, or 10, it don't really fucking matter. When you break up with a woman and she started hitting you back up, you need to go and let her know it's time to submit right then. Don't be trying to think this woman finna beg you for 2 or 3 months. With the dimes, it's even shorter. That's what I'm saying. Okay? And some of the dimes won't never hit you back. Ever. They just got too many fucking options, guys. I'm just letting you fucking know. You have to be aware of that. Next. Won't date below the SMV very long. So, if any of you guys look up and get a dime and say her sexual market value is a dime and say your sexual market value is an 8. Well, what'll happen is a woman will hit a period where she'll give certain dudes a chance that she normally wouldn't, like I said earlier. So say you don't make the money she normally make and you luck up and get her, okay. But I guarantee you that won't last long. It will not last long. You have to have the sexual market value of her, or I guarantee you it's just a matter of time before she start pulling the fucking weight. At some point, she's gonna know what she can get. So if you luck up and get a woman like that, you need to be busting your ass trying to increase your sexual market value if you want to keep her. So let's say you overweight or something like that, and you for whatever reason you said the right words and you got a diamond, your ass better be very damn well busting your ass and getting in shape. Now, you ain't got to do a goddamn thing. What I'm telling you is you ain't going to keep her very long. I'm going to tell you that shit right now. For the main reason why you ain't going to keep her, really, it probably won't really have nothing to do with the looks or the money or nothing like that. It'll probably have more to do with your insecurities. It'll probably have more to do with that because deep down, you know this girl is out your league. So what's going to end up happening is you won't have the confidence to keep her attracted. Now, some guys can. Some guys cannot have shit and still have that confidence, and they can keep her down like that. Most of you guys just won't have it. Your insecurities will start to override you and fuck with your confidence and your swagger, which will cause her to lose attraction. So don't expect these girls to last long unless you really got that confidence. You really need that confidence and swagger. She really need to feel like, although he is typically not the guy that I normally would date, he acts like he's higher value than me. That's what she need to feel like. Because women will only date up. She will only date a fan or a peasant for so long if you acting like that. If she start to get a hint that you are a fan of hers, she will lose fucking attraction. Quick. Number 8, guys, they are notorious attention whores. So what happens, guys, is, which y'all guys see what happened to women on social media. What happens is these be women. Well, first of all, what makes a woman get on date naps? Obviously, she wasn't getting a lot of dates, and obviously she wasn't getting a lot of attention. They get online, and then they all of a sudden getting all this attention, and they get addicted to it, and then they can't come away from it. Well, some dimes have been getting this all their life before date naps, before social media. So what end up happening, guys, is when you hang out with these women like this, you'll notice that they try to do things to draw attention to themselves all the fucking times. Whether this is the way they dress, they always got to feel like all eyes are on them. So just understand that these are notorious attention whores. They need to have every man lusting after them, and they don't know how to act when they don't have it. So just be cognizant of that when you're dealing with these women, that they are notorious attention whores, that they do a lot of stuff to make sure all eyes stay on them. They would draw attention to them some kind of way or another. Number 9, a lot of male orbiters. You can expect to have her to have a whole bunch of dudes that want to be her friend more than normal. Now, every girl got male orbiters, but it is on steroids when you're dealing with a pure dime. So many dudes willing to try to take the friend route in the hopes of her liking them. So you can, but if you're a true alpha male and stuff like that, you already know they just fans and they just for validation. You don't really worry about that. But what I'm talking to is the guys that, if you get a dime and she's like, say she's a 10 and you're a 7, theoretically saying your superficial SMV, and you see all these male orbiters, it can fuck with your head. It can fuck with your head that this many guys are fucking circling around your girl like fucking coyotes in the fucking desert. That can be fucking annoying. Number 10, guys, come doing sex very fast. Now, like I told you guys, that, and this is more me personally. With me, when I get with a girl that I'm highly attracted to, I have a tendency to premature ejaculate because I'm so attracted to them. So this becomes an issue for any of you guys that, you know, say you don't have great lasting power as is. It's tenfold when you with a girl that you perceive as a 10. Now, what I found to work for me is to use a Trojan, the Trojan condom, the purple Trojan condom, the one that don't got great lubricant. That helps me a little bit with the dimes to last longer, because it really doesn't feel that great. If you go and get one of those great thin condoms that's very thin and stuff like that, you in trouble. What I've seen for me that don't feel that great, that helps me last longer, is the Trojan purple condom. For any of you guys, to me, it just doesn't feel that great. It's not, it don't got lubricant on the inside. It just doesn't feel great. So it helps me last a lot longer. All right, guys. But that can be something bad when you're dealing with dimes, that you don't last that long. And last, guys, hard time accepting anything below a 10 again. This is a big one, actually. Because what ends up happening is, say you meet a great girl that's a 8.5. Let's say even a 9. What'll end up happening is you could date her for a little while, but then even though she's a decent girl, you like she's a 9, and she cook and she do all this, that, and the other, but she ain't that 10. And that 10 wasn't about shit, but she was hot. And so what ends up happening is you never fucking satisfied no more. I don't want none of you guys selling for no 7, but a good 8.5 or 9 is theoretically good enough, but not once you done been with a 10. Even if you're going to get married to the motherfucker, it'll be 20 years down the road. You'll be comparing her to that goddamn 10 you had 20 years ago. So it's hard to accept anything below a 10 again. Even if, let's say, she's a 10 looks and this girl you talking to now is a 9. But let's say all her other attributes make her like a 15. You still will be thinking about that badass 10 that you were just very physically attracted to. You always could be comparing her to her. And you always, even though the other woman might have been hotter, you always think, man, that was the best woman I ever had. The hottest woman I ever had anyway. All right, guys. So it makes it hard, even if a woman has so much other stuff going for her. And like I said, I don't want none of you guys dating a 6 or a 7 with, talking about something she cooked good, all that. Fuck that bullshit. But I'm talking about a good 8.5 or 9 is a good girl if she bringing other shit to the table. And you still, to you, because we men are so visual, you still like put her down in the pecking order just because the other girl was fucking hotter, guys. All right, guys. So that's all the cons. Now, oddly enough, I sat and I thought long and hard. And I can only come up with 3 reasons, 3 pros to dating a dime. Now I thought of 11 cons, but I only could think of 3 pros to dating a dime. And why is that? Because we men are mostly visual, which is crazy, right? But anyway, guys, the number 1, they raise your sexual market value. Right off the bat, once you get a dime, it's sort of like getting a championship playing basketball or football or something like that. It certifies you. So what ends up happening right at that very moment, everybody knows what you're capable of pulling. And other women, she just co-signed or she certified you to them. So she let them know it's something good about you. They don't know what, but it's something good about you. And to men, we just give you more respect when we see you with a dime. It's just the way it is. It shouldn't mean shit. It should give you more respect when you get a business, but we give you more respect when you get a bad bitch. It's just the way it fucking is, man. All right? It just raises your sexual market value. You just start to look different. You smell different. Everything about your ass different when you get a dime, guys. Number 2, good sex life. You won't have no problems getting no erection. I hear guys on here all the time talking about my sex drive low. I ain't got no, I got no placebo, all this other bullshit. Listen, when you get a dime, you can fuck that motherfucker 10 times a day and your dick could get hard 10 times a day. That's been my experience with dimes. And as a good barometer, if that's not the case with you, then you probably don't have a fucking dime. If you can't get hard 10 times a day, you probably don't got a dime. You probably think you got a dime. She probably a 9.5, but she ain't no fucking dime. With a dime, you have no problem getting an erection 10 times a fucking day. I can tell you that shit right fucking now. So you're going to have a great sex life. Even the foreplay and stuff, you don't even mind doing that when you got a real dime. And last, guys, builds confidence. So a lot of you guys right now, you settle for lower tier women because that's just what you accept. That's what you've always been able to attract. So that's what you feel about yourself. When you attract one dime, you start to think that you can attract another. That's just common sense. That's just the way it goes. And sometimes, in some cases, you want to accept that no less than a dime. Now, I don't want you guys dating no 7, but an 8.5, 9 that got some good attributes, I see nothing wrong with that. 8.5, 9s are still hot chicks. Sometimes you have to give up a little of that visual for some of the other shit. All right, guys. Sometimes you have to do that. So say you got this dime over here. She's entitled. She don't make no fucking money. But you got this 8.5, 9 over here. But she's a fucking lawyer and she's submissive. I'll take the 8.5, 9. I wouldn't take a 7, but I'll take the 8.5, 9 over that dime over there. They ain't got shit to offer, guys. But it does build confidence, as in now you know you're capable of. It's sort of like, you know, when you was young and you played your dad or your brother, your big brother in basketball, and you could never beat him, you never beat him, and that one game you beat him, now you know that motherfucker can be beat. You remember in the movie Rocky when he said he bleeds? When he first started bleeding, he knew he could be beat then. And that's how it is once you goddamn get a dime, guys. You know I can attract dimes now. All right, guys. It's sort of like that when you first start getting your business or a sale or anything, guys. Once you do one, you know I can do it again. All right, guys. I'll get back with you guys later. What's up, fellas? So I was planning on heading to a goddamn comedy show this night, but as y'all guys can see, taking one of my lady friends to the comedy show, but as y'all guys can see, it's pouring down rain, so I kind of scrapped that fucking plan. But and just being real, guys, this is why it's good to have you like a good solid 2-girl rotation and shit. Like, well, for me, I know some of you guys are young, and you know I understand that. I understand. I was 20 years old once. I was 18 years old once. So I understand chasing ass and shit like this. But me at this point in my life, just having a solid 2-girl rotation, probably with a good 2 prospects, is just better for me. So like something like this here is okay for me, just chilling in the house watching fucking this movie Get Hard. This shit was funny as hell. We rented this movie Get Hard. If you haven't seen it, man, make sure you check this fucking movie out, man. This shit was funny as fuck, man. And the part where he told him, man, you gotta learn how to suck a dick. So if y'all ain't seen that movie, man, check it out. And I wouldn't advise you guys watching a comedy around your girl, because it causes you to lose frame. You end up, you know, being goofy and shit like this. So I was being cognizant of it. I ain't want to be busting out laughing and shit like I would if I was with my homeboys or some shit like this, because you don't want your girl looking at you different, thinking you some fucking immature child. I mean, even watching comedies, women just judge you all the fucking time. But anyway, I've been having a lot of guys lately misunderstand the availability trap. Guys, if a woman hits you up on the same day, say a woman hits you up on Thursday. Thursday morning, say, hey, are you available this evening? No, you should not be available. But you have to give her another time that you are available. And this is the scene he was trying to tell him, you got to learn how to suck a dick. And you got to give a woman another time. So the woman say, hey, are you free this evening? And you don't want to be that available, which you shouldn't. Nobody should be trying to see nobody the same day. She got to put some respect on your time. She got to get on your appointment. So no, you tell her, hey, I got something to, you know, do today, but how about tomorrow evening or Saturday evening? You have to suggest something. You can't just say, no, I'm not busy, and think the girl finna sit around and say, well, how about Saturday? Well, how about Sunday? Nobody's finna do that. She's gonna do the same thing that I would do. I would just say, well, fuck it. The motherfucker don't sound like they're interested in seeing me, so to hell with it. So make sure you offer another time. All right, after we watched Get Hard, we watched 12 Years as a Slave, 12 Years as a Slave. I've seen it a couple times before, but she hadn't seen it. It's quite frankly, it's a movie that I could watch a couple more times. It's a good movie. I like it. So any of you guys ain't never seen 12 Years as a Slave, check it out. This was her first time watching it, and she enjoyed it. But that's what we did this night, guys.